What is up? And you are checking out the Uncensored Pro Wrestling Podcast. I am your host and the longest reigning WWE pay-per-view champion, the one you all came to see, the hot commodity, the one and only Can't See. And I'm joined by my good friend and co-host, the killer of them all. Introduce yourself, sir.
My name is Christian Morales. Talking about some SmackDown. Continuing our road to WrestleMania. Um, I am excited here to be joined by you again here. So let's kill it.
Listen, pay-per-view champion here. Christian's here. We're all in the house. We're on the road to WrestleMania. We got 4 weeks away. Things are heating up, and we here at the Uncensored Pro Wrestling Podcast are covering WWE Friday Night SmackDown live, coming to you from February 24th, 2023 in Evansville, Indiana. And we start out on SmackDown with Kayla Braxton backstage, and she's asking Jimmy Uso if he's talked to Jey at all. And Jimmy says he told Jey to meet him in the ring tonight to say however he feels. So the two brothers haven't spoken since, the past couple of weeks. Well, since, what was it, Royal Elimination Chamber. The two have been kind of split on different sides. We don't really know how Jey is feeling, but we do know that Sami Zayn did tell Jey to kind of fight your own battles. So we'll talk more about this situation when they come out to the ring later on in the night. But our first match of the night, we have Imperium taking on the team of Madcap Moss, Ricochet, and Braun Strowman. Here are some quick notes from this match. Ricochet nails a springboard dive onto Giovanni Vinci and gets a 2 count. Gunther chops Ricochet, and Drew McIntyre walks out, which, of course, I was excited to see Drew come out because we know how much of a banger Drew versus Gunther would be. Gunther nails a missile drop kick and a power bomb to Madcap Moss, and Imperium get the win. After the match, the Viking Raiders run out and they attack Drew McIntyre until Sheamus makes a save. Braun and Ricochet help out Drew, and Sheamus get rid of the Viking Raiders. So we can talk about the match, but my question for you is, what do you think is next for Gunther and Imperium? We got WrestleMania coming up. We know we've got that special battle royal taking place at the house show. Whoever wins will take on Gunther at WrestleMania for the Intercontinental title. My thought, before you tell me your thought, I have a feeling it's going to be, we've been talking about this all over Facebook, and I'm going to drop a little spoiler. It's not really a spoiler. It's kind of like so far, a suggested hint as to what's going to happen. People are speculating it's going to be Gunther against Drew McIntyre and Sheamus. That would be interesting to see the three of them go at it. But right now, Drew McIntyre seems interested in this match. So what are your thoughts on the match, and what do you think is next for Gunther and Imperium?
I don't necessarily think there's right now. I don't think Imperium, and when I mean Imperium, I mean Giovanni and that Kaser guy, whatever, Kasser, whatever. I mean, those two, I don't think they have anything really going on, going into WrestleMania. However, Gunther, he is the Intercontinental Champion. I think, um, it will be McIntyre versus Gunther. I won't be surprised if they add Sheamus to it, but it would be adding Sheamus. I think originally it will be Gunther versus McIntyre. I'm curious to see what they do. I don't know, to be honest. Um, we one of them. If we're gonna get a chip with that match, uh, Sheamus or Drew McIntyre, they're gonna have to turn on each other, beforehand. So I'm curious to see what they do. I don't know. I don't know.
Yeah, I'm excited too. I mean, WrestleMania showcase of the Immortals. Gunther is just an amazing champion, and Drew McIntyre or Sheamus against Gunther would be a great match. And we, can't forget that Gunther and Sheamus did have a great match at Clash at the Castle, so I can imagine them wanting to run it back a bit, but we'll have to wait and see. But yeah, Imperium and Gunther, very, very cool. And Viking Raiders, of course, they're not ones to stop talking about, but they don't do it for me. I like to make fun of Valhalla because it's like, we know her name is Sarah and she plays a super dark character, and it's just like, okay, I can't take her seriously.
Right.
But okay, there you go. All right, so Rey Mysterio is backstage, and Santos Escobar is with him, and he basically tells Rey that he has a lot of respect for him as a competitor. That's when Dominik Mysterio and Rhea Ripley show up, and Dom asks Santos when is he going to stop kissing his dad's ass, and that pretty much that those who don't back up what they say get their asses kicked, in prison. Santos gets in Dominik's face, but Rhea stands in front of him. So I think we're gonna get a bit of someone standing up for Rey. I hope this isn't a signifier that Rey is gonna choose an opponent for Dominik to fight instead of him, because like it just seems like, why is Santos getting involved here? But yeah, just more sort of fodder for us to, for Dominik to talk shit to his dad. If you have anything to say, you can say something about this, but it just seems like we're just getting more intricate details of the storyline between Rey and Dom.
Rey and need to fight each other.
Mm-hmm.
There'd be no point to the story. What was the whole year almost for if they're not going to end up fighting each other?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know.
I know. I'm just feeling a little nervous now. Like at first, I'm not gonna lie, like we're talking about things that are just speculation right now. But if Vince McMahon is back and he is in charge of creative, and I don't want to spoil anything, but I can say we do know that Omos challenged Brock Lesnar. That match is not something that we here are looking forward to. Maybe, people at home are, and that's cool. That's your prerogative. But I'm kind of scared now that Vince is back that he's gonna find a way to fuck this up for us, because
No, yeah, I
I
agree.
mean, this is the perfect timing. You're right. You mentioned it's been a year. Triple H has been building it and building it and building it. And
We're slowly, I'm sorry to cut you
no,
off.
go ahead.
We are slowly, and I've noticed this, slowly starting to see Vince McMahon's WWE again.
Yeah.
I don't know if I'm the only one kind of noticing it.
The
We've
episodes of
started,
Raw, how I've been seeing that. Go ahead.
yes, exactly. Like, I don't know. I feel like at War Games was like around that era was like era like that time was good. A little bit of the beginning of 2023, and now it's just it's really starting to seem like Vince is. I don't know if it's because it's WrestleMania season, um, but please don't fuck this up.
I
I
know.
think Trip. Oh man, please. I hope they don't
The
fuck this up.
problem is like we just always get false hope, and I'm tired of false hope. Let's move on though. Jimmy Uso and Solo Sikoa are backstage, and Jimmy says, "I know Jay would be there for us, but I think he spooked about Sami Zayn." Paul Heyman then tells Jimmy that Solo Sikoa should stay back here and let Jimmy handle it, Uso to Uso. There's some situation here. Congratulations, Solo Sikoa. He just got married over the weekend, so congrats. But like, there's real life issues, I think, between Roman and Solo. Unless he didn't take a picture, everybody was there but Roman. Like in terms of like bloodline members, like the Usos were there. Where's Roman? Does he really have that much heat with Solo? And I asked that because they didn't speak for 20 years. So are they just working, friends? Like, you can work with people and then just never talk to them again. It just seemed weird that Roman wasn't going to be there, the tribal chief at the table. But here nor there, the reason why I'm bringing that up is because there's already, you can tell like the age difference. Like the Usos are 8 years older than Solo. That's the age difference between my brother and I. And we get along great, my brother and I, but there's just an age difference. Like he's experienced things before I did.
Right.
And I think they're playing a good job with this, Uso to Uso, and kind of keeping Solo involved, but kind of like just there to kind of back things up, because eventually something's gonna happen with Solo. But if you have anything to say, you can. If not, we can move
No,
on.
I agree. You know, either he was there or they're trying to keep you know, what's that word? K something. Fuck.
Kayfabe.
Kayfabe. They're trying to keep that alive, or maybe they really don't. I don't know. Kind of interesting, but
Yeah.
the Usos have to be there, of course. They're the brothers. Roman's just a cousin, so I wouldn't be surprised, but again, I don't know. Not too much to talk about with this. Just maybe it could have something to do with the storyline eventually. Maybe
Well,
Solo turns on him after Mania or before Mania or something.
Maybe we'll see, and we'll cover all this more as we find out more. LA Knight comes out next, and LA says, "Let me talk to you. This season, everyone's talking about their WrestleMania moment." And he goes, "I'm not going to have a WrestleMania moment. You can't have a lost LA WrestleMania without LA Knight."
Yeah.
It's true. And he basically says that he's going to create a moment at Mania. That's when the New Day come out. And Kofi says, "Ain't you been on the roster for 2 months? Who are you to be demanding anything now?" LA says, "If you guys weren't busy playing video games, you would realize you're looking at a megastar." And then Xavier Woods says, "You love handouts like that crappy fake leather that you're wearing." Woods mentions Kofi Mania and LA Knight trashes him. And then Kofi Kingston challenges LA Knight to a match on SmackDown. Um, so with this match, here are some notes. Kofi nails a flying crossbody and gets a 2. LA Knight nails a power slam and gets a 2. Kofi hits a boom drop and dives onto Knight outside. Knight climbs the top rope, and Xavier Woods plays the trumpet in Knight's face, allowing Kofi to nail the Triple in Paradise, and Kofi Kingston gets the win. My question for you here is, what do you think is going to happen with LA Knight at Mania and the New Day? What's next for them as we progress, or do you think they're just not going to be on the card? There's been rumors that Triple H doesn't want WrestleMania to be like a lot of matches. He wants them to be like important ones. So what do you think is next for LA Knight and the New Day? They kind of just randomly put them together tonight on
I
SmackDown.
have no idea. What would you do? I don't think anything's next. What would you do with them? I mean, LA Knight, pray to God. We don't get. I know we're not gonna get another LA Knight uh and Bray Wyatt
I hope
thing.
not too.
But it would be kind of cool for them to do it again because the whole Uncle Howdy thing, I feel like we need to know who Uncle Howdy is, but I feel like just LA Knight has to be there just because he kind of like was in the beginning, like LA Knight attacked him, quote unquote, attacked him. So I think like story purposes, if they do reveal who uh LA Knight is, which I predict that they will at WrestleMania.
Uncle Howdy. Yep.
Yeah, Uncle Howdy. Um, and I don't think Braid's gonna get a match. I just think he's gonna get a segment where they reveal Uncle
Mm.
Howdy. And I think LA Knight. I don't think LA Knight's gonna have a WrestleMania match. I think he'll have a WrestleMania moment, and I think that's will be. I hope
It'll
that's
be
his
like
Wrestle.
Austin stunning him or something. Like someone's gonna come out and just put him in his place. And
Some bullshit, yeah,
I wish they would give him a match though.
or some legend, or the
Yeah.
Undertaker will come back, or some
Yeah.
bullshit.
I do agree with you though, because Bray Wyatt did say in his promos with Ellie, like you're kind of the one that opened the door to all of this. Like, he said to him that like it's your fault why, this is happening. So I could see them, after Uncle Howdy is introduced, them having like some kind of small thing going on. But okay, let's talk about what we have, a little bit left in this first half of our recording. We're going to talk about the SmackDown Women's Champion, Charlotte Flair. She comes out to the ring, and Charlotte says, "We have 35 days till WrestleMania." And Charlotte says, "I know Rhea likes to run her mouth at Raw. Now she can say it to my face." But Rhea Ripley doesn't come out. Dominik Mysterio comes out. And Dominik says, "Queenie, I'm not going to let you run down mommy like that." Charlotte says, "Look at you taking orders. This is adult time. Have your what? Have her face me like a real woman instead of her boy toy doing it." Dominic says, "No other Mamacita entered number one in the Royal Rumble. You're a beautiful woman. Women are delicate, but mommy is strong." Charlotte says, "I have a real Latino man at home who calls me mommy with a much thicker accent," basically talking about Andrade El Idolo, who's in AEW. Dominic says,
All elite.
"What happened?"
I said all elite.
All Elite representing, of course, you got to represent AEW with Christian here. So Dominic says, "We have a lot in common. You're a second generation superstar. I'm a third. We're both supposed to, we're both, what? She goes, we're both supposed to surpass our parents. My father was an afterthought of a father. He messed me up." And then Dominic starts to shit talk Ric Flair. Charlotte gets in Dominic's face, and then Rhea Ripley comes out and faces off with Charlotte and then leaves. So there really wasn't an interaction between Rhea or Charlotte. It was just Dominic kind of fucking with Charlotte. So My question for you is, with this match between Charlotte and Rhea, we know, like, Rhea has more to prove in terms of winning the title. But who do you think has more to prove, Rhea or Charlotte? Charlotte's been champion a long time, but this is WrestleMania season, and Charlotte Flair, when it comes down to Mania moments, Charlotte's usually the woman to have them. And Rhea is starting up to kind of be this. Do you think this is a Mania-worthy match? And what do you think? Who has
This
more to
definitely
prove?
is a Mania-worthy match. Um, I'm gonna talk about a little bit what you said on the last time we talked about this. Yes, I agree. We got this match before at a not WrestleMania event.
We got it even at a dark live event, man. Like that's like it was a dark match before fucking SmackDown at Madison Square Garden. But go ahead.
I know, and I completely agree. Um, my only thing is about it I don't know how to explain it because we know WrestleMania where the pandemic happened, Rhea challenged Charlotte, lost, and now she wants redemption. So that to me that is I don't- but I
But don't
think
you think?
they
Here's my
could have a
question, though.
better match. They
I'm
can
sorry
have
to
a
cut you off, Christian, but here's my question for you because I just want to pose this to
and
you really
Rhea
quick.
isn't Rhea from 2 years ago. But
True,
go ahead.
but don't you think she kind of did? She beat Charlotte already for the title in last year. Didn't they fight in like
Right,
2021? Like
right,
she's
right.
already
She did win
she's
the Raw
already
Women's
proved
title.
herself. Like what does she have to like prove to like you've already beaten her more than once. Granted, she usually was the one to get the win over her, and she did beat her at WrestleMania.
I agree.
But I honestly think, my honest opinion, they put her in this match because the fans love her. There's no reason for these two to fight. Like,
I agree. I think Rhea versus Bianca would have been a little better. But who are you gonna have Charlotte fight at WrestleMania if she's not fighting Rhea? You're not God for fucking bid Ronda Rousey. We've
um,
seen that match dozens of
no, I
times.
would do if it was me. Um,
Who would you rather see Charlotte Flair fight at WrestleMania besides Rhea Ripley? Because th there's multiple people. As
Shayna.
much as no one wants to see that. Like
I hear
as
you,
okay,
but if they
we have less
built
than a
up Shayna, if they built her to be the way she was in NXT, the submission magician, the Queen of Spades
and
against the
it'd be too late for that to do it or
yeah.
at this time. And we have less than a minute left.
Yeah,
So
I don't want to cut you
if
off. So let's I want to
yeah,
hear your thoughts. So we're gonna come. Thank you for calling that out. We're gonna be right back, and we're gonna hear Christian's thoughts on this match. And stay tuned. We'll be right back. What is up, and welcome back. I am still Ant, the undisputed, the longest reigning WWE pay-per-view champion of all time, going into WrestleMania champion. I'm so excited. It's happening. I'm gonna wear my special suit for Mania, dude. This is gonna be a sick. I'm excited. I already said for Mania, I'm dressing up. It's gonna be a big night for me. I gotta defend my title, hold on to the belt. It's gonna be a big night for my friend here too. Introduce yourself, sir.
my name is Christian Morales. Here continuing talking about Friday Night SmackDown. I'm also excited for WrestleMania. I will be challenging for the pay-per-view predictions championship. I will win this time. I have more of a chance. We have a bigger card, biggest night of the year. This is where dreams come true. So
The
I
boyhood
think
dream has
I think
come true.
my first WrestleMania will be a success.
See, I kind of have to do like I feel like in the next coming episodes we're gonna have to do some crazy sort of interactions to lead up to Mania because so far we've been nothing but kind to each other. And I don't know. Um, I think we need to have more of a story. Ooh, hubba bubba to sell that out. So anyway, thank you for checking us out wherever you're listening to us. I just found out, sir, that we have 197 followers on Spotify. So thank you for that.
Ooh.
Thank you for following us on there. You can check us out on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Amazon Music, and wherever you get your podcast. Just search the Uncensored Pro Wrestling Podcast. Check us out on YouTube at the Uncensored Pro Wrestling Podcast. Leave us a like, comment, and hit the notification bell to stay notified when new content is created. Also, hit the subscription bell. Very fun. So we were just talking about the SmackDown Women's Title. And I just thought, not I know we were just having your thought, but I just thought of someone that Charlotte could fight that I wouldn't mind seeing. Okay, and it's gonna be really random. Two people. Okay, first Io Sky because we haven't seen it. And I'd rather see something we haven't seen that could be good. And we did see them fight in your house a couple of years ago. That's the only time they had any interaction. And I know she has a feud with someone else right now, but Bailey. We haven't really seen her fight Bailey
That
much.
would be a good one.
We haven't really seen Bailey and Charlotte a lot. We saw in the beginning when Charlotte won the title in 2017, but since then, Bailey's been doing her own thing, and I wouldn't mind seeing the
Bailey
real
would have to
model.
win the Royal Rumble though.
Yeah. Well, maybe
Cause
next year.
yeah, cause you can't have a Raw. Cause my
SummerSlam.
point, the point I was gonna make, true, but
Good.
the point I was gonna make was when Rhea Ripley wins, she won the Royal Rumble. She can pick whichever champion she wants, doesn't matter which brand.
Mm-hmm.
So let's say she chooses uh Bianca Belair. She's already on Raw, and she's already one of the most dominant females on Raw. You know how many? I think all the talent is on Raw. Becky, Bailey, Dakota Kai,
Yeah.
Io,
Yeah.
Rhea, Bianca, all these fucking talented ass, and then SmackDown, Charlotte Flair.
I was gonna say like maybe like even like, and I know these aren't WrestleMania worthy matches, but like if you're looking at the SmackDown roster, the only ones that I think there's three people that I wouldn't mind seeing fight for that title: Liv Morgan, Raquel Rodriguez, or Xia Li. Really random with Xia Li, but Xia Li is a powerhouse. Liv Morgan is just very impressive. Dream Hood, sort of WrestleMania, LA dreams, whatever. Raquel Rodriguez is a big powerhouse. She could stand toe to toe with Charlotte. I'm just thinking in terms of SmackDown, those are the only women that I think would deserve anything. But go back at.
No, yeah, SmackDown's just it's no good.
Yeah.
I'm not even interested in the whole Gunther thing. SmackDown's no good. The only thing keeping SmackDown alive is the bloodline, and they wait till the end of the show to do it. And yeah, they do the same matches every fucking week on SmackDown. So SmackDown's no good, if I'm being honest.
Yeah, it's been very gimmicky and comicky lately.
It's been very repetitive, the same shit I've seen.
Well, let's move on to discuss what's next. We have Natalya with Tegan Knox taking on Shayna Baszler with Ronda Rousey, and Tegan Knox is alongside Natalya because in the trainer's room, the doctor told Natalya that he wanted someone to watch her back, and Tegan said she would. So Shayna kicks Natty in the face. Shayna knees Natty in the jaw on the apron and locks in an arm lock, and Natalya taps out. After the match, Shayna and Ronda try to attack Natalya, but Tegan Knox makes the save, and Ronda is pissed. So, I guess my question for you here is: do you think Ronda and Sonya are going to be future women's tag champions? I mean, it seems like this is where they're headed right now.
No.
I mean, I don't want them to be either, but I mean,
Actually, maybe if Lita and Becky won, maybe. Um, no, I really want to see them two turn on each other and fight each other so bad.
that would be a good Mania match, two MMA chicks. I mean, that's what I'm saying. Like, I kind of miss that type
We're
of.
not gonna get it.
I know, but we're gonna get a crappy match as we'll talk on Raw. But okay, so I guess yeah, I mean, we really just focus much
This
on
year's
Ronda.
WrestleMania is eh.
It's weird because there's some matches that are really like I'm really looking forward to, like the story. If the storylines pave well, then fine. But like right now, it's just again we're getting a lot of matches that like there's no story behind it, and I
hmm
hate when that's like that. Um, Here's a story though. We got a Firefly Funhouse promo, and it's a lot of confusing stuff. We see Bray watching on a TV monitor, him challenging Bobby Lashley to a match at Mania. Bray asks Ramblin' Rabbit who opened the door. We see Uncle Howdy telling the weather. They say, "Can you keep a secret if I tell you a story?" And then at the end, Bray is dressed, is wearing a black mask, and it's just very confusing here. What are your thoughts on the Firefly Funhouse?
I hate it. I don't know why they brought it back. I thought he didn't want to do the same gimmicks. I'm so confused. Like, why the fuck is he doing this shit?
It was a
I
bit
hate it.
darker, this one.
I don't care. I hate it. Oh, what? Excuse me. I don't know why the fuck he keeps doing the fucking power fi firehouse fun. What is it? I don't even know what it's called.
Firefly Funhouse.
Firefly Funhouse. I don't know why he's doing it. He needs. I don't know. When it comes to Bray Wyatt, I can't say much about it because I don't know. I'm not. I don't know how I feel. I didn't pop too hard when he came back because I knew this shit was gonna happen. He when is there a Bray Wyatt or a match in general where you can think of that Bray Wyatt's involved? That's like holy shit. Yeah, that's the match. That's a great match.
The
No.
only match I could think of, and this is might be, sort of bad against him because there's other people involved, was that elimination chamber between the Shield and the Wyatt family.
Yeah, and his
And his match with Daniel Bryan at the Royal Rumble in 2015. That
his
was a hell
match
of a
with
match.
The Undertaker blew.
Oh yeah, The Undertaker blew. But his match with Daniel Bryan was really good at Royal Rumble
So
2015.
I don't. I'm just not
But
a
that's
fan.
almost at this point that match, like for example, that 6-man tag match at Chamber next year will be 10 years old. So I mean, he hasn't really done much in 10 years, and it's kind of sad. He's been with WWE for 10 years, Christian. This year in
Yeah,
August, it'll be 10 years that he's been with WWE.
I don't know.
It's crazy, but let's
That's
move
crazy.
on. Paul Heyman's backstage and he tells Jimmy Uso that if Jimmy doesn't handle Jey tonight, Roman Reigns will handle Jey Uso personally. More words coming from the wise man. We get I think it's our main event. Yeah, Rey Mysterio taking on Karrion Kross with Scarlett. And with this match, I really don't understand what there is to prove here, but we're seeing it again. And here are just some quick notes from this one. Ray Hurricane Rana's Karrion Kross's head into the ring post and nails a flying seated senton. Kofi nails Karrion nails a gut buster. Scarlett falls on the apron. Ray goes for a 619, but Dominik pulls him off and tells Rey Mysterio to do something about it. Karrion then nails a back fist and applies the cross jacket, and Rey Mysterio passes out. Afterwards, Dominik pushes Ray and tells Rey Mysterio to be a man, hit me, do something. He keeps pushing Ray. Ray looks like he's about to, like he gets all up in Dominik's face, but he backs off. And when Ray does turn, which I'm hoping he does, the crowd's gonna pop. But my question for you is, what will it take for Ray to finally snap? Like, what do you think is going to cause him to just finally say, okay, enough's enough? He's already been beaten up in restaurants. He's been beaten up in his house. He's been his father had to see him get beat up. He gets pushed around, slapped. Like, what is it going to take? Is Dominic going to have to hit the mother? Like, what's going to happen? Because
I was just gonna say that
something's going to happen with the mother. Like,
something's
maybe
gonna
Rhea.
happen with them. Yeah.
Rhea might attack the mom, and Dominic might egg it on, and then I don't understand. At this point, they shouldn't have been doing him attacking Ray and getting away with it for so long, because it's like at some point that would make you snap.
Or
Something crazy is gonna happen.
something with Eddie, like he could say mention something, say say like a line that gets Ray so furious, maybe involving Eddie.
He can piss on the gravestone of Eddie. I mean, I don't know, like something that I just.
Oh yeah, him and Mommy can go to Eddie's grave and do something. Yeah, I don't know.
I just think at some point, I mean, listen, WrestleMania is now going to be 4 weeks away. If they're going to have a match, yes, they've been building it for a year, but we need to know it's happening.
I agree.
So we are now come to the end of the show. One half of the WWE Undisputed Tag Team Champions, Jimmy Uso, comes out, and Jimmy says, "I'm always here for you, Uso, and I need you to be here for me now. I know there are issues. We've got a Sami and Kevin Owens problems, and I can't do this alone." That's when Sami Zayn comes out, and Sami says, "I'm not here to fight. I need to talk to you. Every time you use that, brother, it breaks my heart. You had my back from day one. You saw value in me. You made me an honorary Uso. And after Elimination Chamber, I was hurt." Jimmy says, "You're selfish. You're the one that made the choice. You pulled the trigger. Family doesn't betray you. And then Sammy says, well, family doesn't manipulate you like Roman has. The bloodline is about one man. There is a way out. You don't need to go down with the ship. And then Jimmy Uso attacks Sammy. Jey Uso's in the crowd. Jimmy calls for Jey to help, but while he does that, Sammy hits a haluva kick. Solo runs out. Sammy leaves through the crowd, but as he leaves, he makes eye contact with Jey. So tell me here, I would come in the end, what will make Jey turn on the bloodline, or what do you think is going to happen? Because right now, Jay's playing the fence. We said off air that we kind of have a feeling it's going to be Kevin and Sammy versus the Usos on Mania. But what do you think is going to happen?
Well, about this segment, real quick, this segment wasn't too good, honestly. This is one of the least good segments. It's not that it wasn't good. Like it just wasn't the greatest segment they've had. Um, it just allowed Sammy and Jay to have a one-on-one for the first time. Jimmy's loyal to his cousin Roman, and now we see that. Uh, we can't say the same thing about Jay. He's trying not to get involved. Um, the sh I don't know. They can take their time with this a little bit. I think it's gonna be the Usos versus Zayn and Owens, like you said, but maybe something could change, like shit always does. Who knows? I don't know at this point. Roman Reigns is coming back face
Mm,
to face with Cody, so we'll see
hmm
um how
I
that
have a
plays out.
feeling, though. I'm sorry to cut you off. I just have a feeling. I mean, and this is baseball, so when we cover Raw, we'll talk about this. I don't know. I have a feeling Cody's going to go after Paul Heyman. Because he didn't say and they mentioned it to Paul backstage. They're like, he didn't say he was going to face Roman. He said he was going to be on SmackDown.
That is true. That is true.
I
So
mean, and he could
we'll see.
definitely play
It's
some
very
mind games.
interesting.
So, my friend, what was your moment of the night for this episode of SmackDown?
I'll say my moment of the night for this episode of SmackDown was um
Do you hear that background?
what happened?
uh, Ant's watching WrestleMania. I just hear Paul Heyman saying Brock
Uh
Lesnar. What?
um my moment of the night was probably oof. I'll say Ronda or not Ronda. I'll say Charlotte and Rhea having a little face to face just because we seen both of them talk a lot about each other. Um on like about on Raw and SmackDown. So now we're seeing them on the same show. So
Mhm.
this episode wasn't too good, too interesting.
No, for me, I like seeing Ray almost snap on Dominic. Because we're getting
Okay,
closer
yeah.
to it. We're getting to that, that breaking point, and I'm just excited for all that to happen. Well, with that being said, we are closer to Mania. We've got a special episode coming out, hopefully on Saturday that will drop. Our countdown to AEW
Yeah, I was
Revolution.
just about to say
Go ahead, sir.
before we leave, even if we don't do it, I want to say this right now just in case we don't get to it. If you are a fan of AEW, watch it. We have some good matches. We have our main event, 60-minute Iron Man match, MJF, Bryan Danielson for the world title. We have a Texas death match, John Moxley, Hangman Adam Page. Just got announced. It will be a street fight with between Jungle Boy Jack Perry and Christian Cage. That is a match that we're finally gonna get. Um and I'll talk more about that whenever I get the chance to. But just keep an eye on for Revolution. It's gonna be a fucking banger.
I just
Um,
watched as you were talking. I cut you off. What's the name of this guy who does the tightrope walk across the ropes and then dives onto everybody in the face of the Revolution ladder match from Dynamite? Did you get a chance to see that? He like literally
I
walks.
fell asleep at 8 o'clock last night. I
Oh my
missed it. I'm
god.
so first time I missed an episode of Dynamite in like two
Oh
years.
my goodness. Can I like I wonder if you can see it. Hang on. Wait. Watch.
Oh, that's Phoenix. Ray Phoenix. No, no, no. That's
He does
Fuck.
this like really cool like watch.
Oh,
Meander.
that's that dude. Oh, I know who. I saw his shit on Twitter.
Like holy shit.
I've seen some of his shit, but
Sorry.
no, you're good. You're good. But yeah, those are some of the matches. We got those are the matches. I'm sorry, I apologize. Another match we got Ricky Starks, Chris Jericho, with the Jericho Appreciation Society banned from ringside. So check out Revolution this Sunday, 8 o'clock. Um, I know we haven't talked too much with AEW, but with the Road to WrestleMania coming on, that's just where our attention is right now. But still, do not miss it. It's not as good as last year's Revolution, booking wise. Maybe tomorrow night on Rampage we see some more matches announced. But until then, go check it out. And yeah, sorry I took a little bit longer.
No, buddy, this is fucking wrestling. I'm excited for it too. I mean, the whole build between MJF and John Moxley has
That's
gotten
really
like,
what I'm more excited to
I
see
mean,
too. And
oh,
the
I'm sorry, John
Moxley,
Moxley. I mean, Brian Danielson. Sorry, I always keep saying Brian
that and the
Danielson.
Moxley and Hangman Adam Page. I'm
Mhm.
excited to see that. But check it out. It should be good. Uh, I think once you know we get to Double or Nothing, which isn't until fucking a long time. That's when AEW's fucking popping. But maybe we see CM Punk come back. We'll see. But yeah, check out Revolution this Sunday, 8 o'clock.
I'm definitely gonna find a way to watch it, my friend. I'm definitely excited. We're gonna be dropping our Monday Night Raw recap hopefully tomorrow, and SmackDown recap will be dropping soon. We're on the road to WrestleMania. Christian, thank you for joining me, my friend.
Thanks for
And
having me,
listen,
bro.
I'm looking forward to defending and retaining this title again at WrestleMania, going Hollywood again. Did you? We'll talk about the. Oh, that's for Raw. We'll talk about that for Raw. Anyways, you'll be back when you hear about it. So stay tuned, everybody. Thanks for checking us out. Stay safe and stay uncensored. Bye, y'all.